Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Minor League Esports. We're here with Champ League action. Wait, no.
Yep.
Get that guy. That guy. Get him out of here. He's not allowed. Jeez. Anyways, I'm Squid, joined by ZB. I told you to get him out. All right. It's fine. It's okay. I'm Squid. This is ZB. And we're here with the next match. The Eclipse and the Lightning. I'm just gonna see that viewer count drop by 1. There it is. It literally just happened. 44 to 43. I am a god amongst men. Well, that's how I'm feeling. ZB, how are you?
Good. I feel like I'm in the Michael Scott School of Improv. I'm not exactly sure what to do next, but I do know that this is one of the most highly anticipated matchups of week 2. We have the leaders in their division, the 5-0 Lightning and the 4-1 Eclipse. This is going to be a great series.
Of course it is. I just received party invite from somebody. Anyways, I am excited for this match. We just saw a relatively close series last time around. That was the Aviators and the Hawks, and the Aviators ended up taking that one. I just had the score like 15 times, so if you ask me about it again, I'm probably going to have my head explode, but I'm excited for this next match, of course. Eclipse and Lightning, as you mentioned, leaders in their conference, and a series of 5, and this should be an incredibly interesting matchup. Gonna decide who's taking the lead in their conference. This is going to be great. Let's get this one underway as soon as we can. Lightning actually going to be in the white this time around. The Eclipse.
Ooh, that's clean.
Yeah, it is clean. I wish we could just have regular white cars in the actual game, personally. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would cost you a pretty penny. The Eclipse roster tonight. Kimmy, you know her. She is the GM of the Eclipse, pairing up with Manatee. If you followed the MLE in Season 8, you know that he played for Express Lightning. British, which I believe he is making his MLE debut. So we always love to see that. And he is pairing up with Arrogant Meat, who last season played for Wolves in the CL. Highly anticipated matchup. Let's go.
About 25 seconds in this matchup, we haven't seen too much happening. But MLE debut, obviously it's always nice to see our community expanding. I would have loved to do a lot more work with you guys last season, but I was a bit occupied, unfortunately, so I was glad to join you guys for my MLE quote-unquote full season debut for this one. So far, we haven't seen that much action. The Eclipse have 1 save on the board to match the Lightning's 1 shot, and they're looking for a second. Arrogant Meat over the top of 2. He's going to start off in a brilliant fashion.
Arrogant Meat, arrogant or selfish or just plain good, I'm not sure, doing it himself. Over 1, over 2. Didn't even need another touch. That ball is in. Gives the Lightning a 1-0 lead early in game 1.
4 minutes and 6 on the clock, and well, that happened. Manatee gonna respond. It was a beautiful goal, man. I tell you, it was truly brilliant, that goal from Arrogant Meat, and then this.
Yeah, great flip there to get to the ball quick by Manatee. I tell you what, if you're gonna be down, you don't want to be down for very long, and they were not. Just a second there went off the clock, and this one is tied.
I have to say, as far as, trailing goes, that's impressive how little time they've had so far. Only that 1 in-game second of time trailing. That is truly magnificent. But Lightning are looking to get on the board once again with another shot in. Arrogant Meat blocked out by Manatee. That was almost a great opportunity. British XTC to lead the way. Now for a pass in the center. But Arrogant just a little bit far away for that one. Manatee will move it down the field. And oh boy, this is already looking like it might be a back and forth game. The Lightning with 6 shots on target already. The Eclipse just starting their attack round.
Yeah, it is. This ball kind of going back and forth, as you alluded to. Lightning kind of getting the better offensive opportunities. There's another one here. That ball, how did he get that one around Kimmy? The slightest of touches. I think that crossed the front of Kimmy's car. Let's see it again. It did. Wow. Just wow. Great goal there by British.
And I just have to remind everybody that there is a particular reason why the quick chat calculated exists, and it plays kind of like that one. I will grant, though, that was most likely by design for British. It was an excellent use of the bottom end of his car, and they might have another one on the board. No, just barely closed out by Kimmy. She'll go ahead and move this one downfield now, looking for a pass into center. Is able to get it there, but British is a bit too quick for the follow-up shot. That one out of the play. Manatee alone for the Eclipse, and it will get pushed all the way back downfield. Good ideas on the offense, but shut down too easily by the Lightning defense.
Yeah, I love that both players on the Eclipse using, I don't think that's Streak Wave. I can't tell you what the paint is there, but it does look great with the white, the orange, and the purple stripes. Give it up to the MLE people in charge who got the color scheme, and give it up to British because he is on the board again. His second goal of the game, reading Manatee from off the wall and getting it past Kimmy again. That is, as they say, a worm burner. Stayed on the ground the whole time and across the goal line for a goal.
I know there are people who are they have their opinions about that freeze, and I personally very much like it, but I'm just gonna throw that one out there. Kimmy a little bit aggressive on the positioning and aggressive on the positioning there as she earns the second goal. And also, I will say it's the mainliner decal. There you go.
Oh yes, yes, thank you.
Decal professional squid is on the case.
I appreciate that. I love people who are knowledgeable with the Rocket League items, and there are many of them. I love the variety of cards. You'll notice there, I couldn't tell if that was British or Arrogant Meat or both, but they had the Lightning decal on their car. I love teams getting into the team spirit.
That is rather appropriate. So the Eclipse, I mean, you can't really get an Eclipse decal. There might be one or two with a moon on it, but I don't know. It's difficult, but oh my goodness, they're going to have an opportunity. Manatee has everything to shoot at. The pass from Kimmy is successful. 2 minutes and 2 on the clock, and we got a tie game.
This game wildly entertaining from a viewer standpoint. Manatee, knowing that one was going to go off the wall the whole way and got his car perfect, puts that one in. And we're tied again. What a series.
Can I also say, I appreciate the variety of the vehicles that we're seeing. We don't have 4 Octanes. We got a Breakout and a Guardian GXT, a painted white Guardian GXT, which looks phenomenal, I might add, for Manatee.
Yeah, it does look good. Unfortunately, the players not in the Octane putting themselves at a slight disadvantage driving
significant disadvantage.
Sure, yeah, driving the inferior car. But, you know, sometimes style over gameplay, some might say.
This post made by Octane Gang, but seriously, players playing Fashion League out here, I have to appreciate their sense of style, because they look pretty good. But now with under 90 seconds to go here, it's not about the style, it's about the points on the board, and right now we are completely tied up. Kimmy not making contact with that one. It'll move all the way to the purple back wall. Manatee trying to play that one away, does keep it a bit close to the back. Kimmy to the corner, no follow-up touch, pass towards center. Arrogant Me is there, and a wonderful 1-2 passing play to take the lead.
Yeah, pace of play slowed down significantly. Eclipse had the ball deep in their half when they tried to slow play it, which backfired big time. Manatee, his wheels stuck in the ground like cement, not able to get up there. Arrogant Meat flying in the air and putting that one home, giving his team the 4-3 lead, and we approached the 1 minute mark.
Oh, British. Oh, was looking for the double tap, but couldn't quite get around the ball. Now the Eclipse will have a chance to move downfield. And a great dunk by Kimmy. This is going to be a shot opportunity. It's on target. Kimmy, a great play driving down the field.
Yeah, I'm bringing out this one early. Kimmy from across the pond, it seemed like, got herself involved in that play, getting past one defender and the second defender. Great dunk there. Very good job. Game tied up again. It's been back and forth.
She scores those. Thank you, Drops out there. I see you in the chat. Well, now counterattack for the Lightning, and that effort has all gone to waste. We've actually seen 2 goals now like that, both on either side.
Yeah, this one just from that side, that ball spilled out to the side there. Arrogant Meat read it the whole way, and he's done that before, getting the perfect angle on the wall just to slide that in the near post. So 45 seconds left for the Eclipse to try to tie this one again.
It has been a rather high-scoring game, so I would not be surprised to see another goal on the board for the Eclipse. And unfortunately, Kimmy unable to get that one away. British pushing it quick off the faceoff.
Yeah, British with quite the line in this one. Getting up and over. Kimmy trying to push that one off the near post and out, but unfortunately it went in. Sometimes no matter what you do, you can't get the touch on the ball to get that one out. Lightning doing a great job here of keeping up the offensive pressure, putting balls on target. Great read there to clear that one away. 30 seconds remaining. Eclipse are going to have to do a lot to get back in front on this one.
And that might not be the way to do it. It's a long bomb. Meat has a freebie. all the way down the field. Earns himself actually his 4th goal and gives British a hat trick and a playmaker medal in this game. So the Lightning breaking away here in the final couple of seconds.
Yeah, really doing a good job. Really doing everything they can to just take advantage of all of Eclipse's touches as of late. It seems like Eclipse trying to find that offensive opportunity, but Lightning just doing the best they can. I thought British was maybe going to get another touch on that one, but here's Arrogant from the midfield, just playing keep away at this time, knowing that if he can just keep the ball away from the Eclipse, time will be on their side. 1 second to go and 0. You saw it there on your screen. The winner, the Lightning. Great performance by them.
And this an incredibly high-scoring game. I mean, let's just take a look at the sheet once again. 16 shots for the Lightning, as managing to score 7 of those. That is an outlandishly high number for a regulation 5 minutes, I'll say.
Yeah, I don't have my MVPR calculator on hand, but that number is going to be high for both British and Arrogant meet. The tail of the tape often is the shot total. And when you see the Lightning putting 16 shots on in a 5-minute game, more often than not, you are going to be on the right side of the scoreboard.
And there were some great individual efforts from both Kimmy and Manatee as well on the Eclipse side. We obviously saw the shining examples of that and the multiple spots where they're able to score, but it was just a runaway game for the Lightning nearing the end. So all in all, I'd like to see a bit more offensive pushing out of the Eclipse. Making more challenges at the midfield line might be the key, or just trying to get some long bombs and trying to follow it up. You know, there are lots of potential solutions for the issue. I'll just have to see which one of those they adopt in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Eclipse, a team that I know is certainly capable after the 4-1 victory in week 1. Not the same pairing as last week, obviously, but Eclipse, I know going into the season, was a team that everyone had their eyes on, as well as Lightning. So despite the dominating performance for Lightning, I think this should be a very entertaining and exciting game too.
Well, we shall see. Can the Eclipse respond to the 1-game deficit they now trail by? Find out next on a drag. Wait, no, that's not the right. On MLE Esports. Here we are. Game number 1 now, or sorry, game number 2 underway. Eclipse trying to start up on offense. Great shot here from Manatee, but not quite. Kimmy's there for the follow-up shots on target. Blocked away by British. And Manatee will have to chase it down. Some quick offense and defense to boot for the Lightning. Brilliant shots at that. They're going to try and remain on the offensive end. Arrogant meet for the pickup. Pass over to British. It will not quite be cleared. Manatee did manage to get a wheel on that one, and the Eclipse honestly looked like they've been speeding up from last game a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed right there they did a really good job of rotating and cutting on the ball to keep it in the offensive zone. A fake there by Kimmy. I don't know if it was the perfect time for a fake, but regardless, the Eclipse are doing a good job of maintaining possession, trying to push it forward. Kimmy boosting up for this one. Another fake straight to Manatee. So that one did work out. That ball is up. Can Manatee go again? Can Kimmy go up for this one? Not able to, as British is able to put it away. So yeah, kind of an interesting pace compared to game 1. Lightning really had the offensive pressure up in game 1. It slowed down a little bit for game 2, but you can't always play the same style of play. Teams will adjust, and you have to, adjust at the same time.
Now a chance here for the Lightning. British gonna finish this one. Manatee couldn't get in front of the ball, and low boost for the Lightning, but they were still able to put it away.
Yeah, British doing a great job reading that one the whole way. Manatee tried to flip and get that one. Not the greatest position when you're stuck under the ball right there, but Lightning, the type of player who's going to take advantage of those opportunities, he does. And as we saw in game 1, Lightning off to a great start.
The Eclipse did have the initial pressure, though. I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to come back with that one. But thus far, it seems to be the Lightning's game. They're moving out onto the offense once again. Manatee, off their own corner, will be able to push this one upfield, taking possession once again. British, big, large clear out to the corner. Arrogant mean now for the pickup. Trying to get around Manatee, unsuccessful in doing so. British has to pop that one up. This could turn bad for the Lightning if they're not careful. Kimmy for the shot on target. It's almost behind British, but not quite, and it will be turned away in the end.
Yeah, tough angle there. Kimmy was able to get it on target, but it was an easy save. Eclipse getting themselves into the offensive zone, but their shots haven't been, high percentage shots. They've always been just shots that were easily saved for the Lightning as of yet. So they need to get just a little bit more creative on offense. Lightning, they're doing a good job putting that one off the backboard and down. Kimmy having a little bit of an awkward touch there off the crossbar. Lightning able to keep it in the offensive zone, which we've seen a lot of. Lightning being able to siege on offense, players rotating at midfield to keep that ball in, which has led to a lot of scoring opportunities for them.
Certainly has. We haven't seen too many scoring opportunities, however. A very low shot count for this game. Kimmy trying to get it past. Double touch. And there you go. She'll turn it in for herself. The Eclipse tie the game.
1K, 2 I's, 3 M's, and 4 I's at the end. Great play there. I don't know exactly what British was doing on defense. It was a little unconventional, but Kimmy did not let that worry her. She put it off the crossbar, off the sidebar, and then hit it in again, tied up. Just about 2 minutes left in this one.
They're already looking for more. Manatee with an aggressive demo against British, but now it's a long bomb downfield. Kimmy is in position to make the save. Unable to get the dunk, but now available for a pass potentially. Takes it from Manatee, but it's not on target. Gonna try and push this one forward if possible. Off the side wall towards center. Manatee trying to continue. That was a close call. The 50-50 almost went entirely out of their favor, but they were able to clean it up in the end. The Eclipse not gonna back down though. Kimmy's playing the short rotation, and this one will stay in the zone momentarily. Again, Manatee playing the short rotation this time, and the Lightning are gonna have to speed up if they want to get this ball away.
Yeah, there's definitely a balancing act in Rocket League, especially in twos, between rotating back to set yourself up for defense, and then, as you alluded to, having those short rotations to keep yourself in a good offensive position. Eclipse maybe playing with fire a little bit, staying on the offensive zone here, but doing a good job to scramble back there. So they just have to find that happy medium to keep themselves on offense while also defensive-minded as well.
1 minute remaining now. Still tied game. Eclipse looking to take game number 2. And oh my goodness, a great 50-50 win by British. And Kimmy was going for the demo attempt. Leaves it completely open.
Exactly. It was Kimmy who was pushed up way high. So if Manatee goes for that ball, he has to get the touch, has to at least turn it into a 50. British won that one all the way, led to a fast break. So Eclipse less than 50 seconds to tie this one back up in game 2.
Relatively even game thus far, so we'll have to see if they can pull it off. But the Lightning, quick to act, right off the face-off. British trying to keep it on the purple half. Manatee off the side wall, unable to make contact there. Kimmy now has to clean up. Will be able to do so, but it's just going to fall to British. No, he backs off, actually, and does fake out Kimmy just that little bit. Final 30 seconds now, and Manatee really needs to push this out. It's off the post and away, but it's still in dangerous waters. Arrogant Meat has everything to shoot at, and they take a lead of 2.
Sometimes things on defense can be awkward. I thought Manatee maybe thought that ball was going to go post and out. It went inside of the post and then just sat right in front of the goal. He tried to scramble and flip into that ball just to get in the way. He didn't. Those reads are so tough. And now Eclipse are down 2 with not much time left.
It really felt like the Eclipse were desperate to get that ball away, but they just didn't know how to go about it, for me. British being turned away by Manatee, but the final 10 seconds are on the clock. They need one with time to go. British into his own corner. Kimmy will get a hand on that ball, but Mantee's a little bit too late. That's going to take the last second off the clock. Game 2 for the Lightning.
Yeah, really good job by them. Definitely a different feel of this game. I don't feel like they had as much pressure, but they really maintained possession, played good defense, and got the scoring opportunities that they needed. So it doesn't matter how you do it. You just have to find a way to take wins, and they are. So Lightning don't want to put a caster curse on this one, but they have yet to lose a game in MLE this season.
Yeah, they're looking incredibly solid, although I will note that the Eclipse do seem to be finding a bit more of the offensive-minded gameplay. I mentioned at the end of the last game that I felt like they need to just push up a little bit more, maybe trying to position themselves a little bit more aggressively, and they did, and it almost worked. But that's really the key, isn't it, in the end? It almost worked, but not quite. The Lightning were able to push out, and they did have a couple of counterattack spots. Yeah. I'm talking about the goal to take the lead with only 40 seconds to go. That one in particular was rather monumental. So just making sure that you have that player back in those bad situations. And I don't know. All I'm saying is that the Lightning are just, they're playing basically incredibly sound Rocket League any way you look at it.
Yeah, they're doing a really great job. They're not making hardly any mistakes. The goals that the Eclipse are able to find is because they've done a really good job finding those opportunities. But Lightning doing everything they can, getting all the touches, winning the 50s, rotating soundly. They'll want to keep that up, and they will find themselves very successful in this series. Eclipse, they are nearly there. They just need to convert a little bit more. Have a little bit sounder rotations, but they're starting to look a little bit more like a team that can start winning games.
Well and truly. But the Lightning are not just going to let it go without a fight. They're looking to continue their undefeated streak. And as we begin game 3, they are opening up on the offense. Mead has already taken out Kimmy with a demolition, now passing to center. British has to defer to the opposing team. 50-50 out of the corner. Manatee will try to pick up. Coming out of the corner. Oh, missed us there, and that was just going to sneak in. Manatee gets the Eclipse on the board first.
Super tight angle there. Manatee didn't have a lot of room to work with. Let this ball bounce off the wall just enough to get that inside. Got it between the post and British and in. Eclipse with an early lead in this one. Haven't spent much time with the lead in this series, so this might be good for them.
And now another opportunity. Ooh, Manatee. Wanted the double touch off the back wall. Maybe some play of the weak material, but not quite. British. Oh, way to do it to him. Right around Kimmy for the opening goal for the Lightning.
At least the third time we have seen in this series a team score immediately after being scored on. That does a lot of weird things for the momentum. Sometimes you can turn a goal into some more goals, but not really in this series. Teams have been able to bounce back very quickly.
So the Lightning with a very quick response indeed, and they might respond again. Arrogant Meat in position. What is going on? A physical play, and Arrogant Meat's able to score. CB, you all right, my guy? What's going on over there?
These plays just, I get really excited for these really crazy scramble plays. Don't take this the wrong way, but is there the opposite of a play of the week? There were so many things going on in that one, a couple missed touches, but the hallmark of a good Rocket League team is you take advantage of those plays, and Lightning have been able to so far.
And Manatee, all right, we're just going to address the elephant in the room. That was an entirely open net, and he was unable to convert it. Now Arrogant Meat is going to get that one right over the top of him.
Yeah, the astute observer in this stream will notice that Lightning are wearing their correct uniform colors now. So they are looking good in their classic white and blue. Shout out to all of our viewers who are joining us from MLE Esports GG2. The Foundation League series tonight must have just ended. Type in chat how we did or how the FL series went. We are here in the Premier League. Lightning and Eclipse. Lightning taking the first two in this one and having a 3-1 lead early.
And oh my goodness, Lightning looking to extend that lead. Touch onto the back wall. Kimmy's trying to make a play, but it's not enough. British, as an open net, will turn that one in.
Yeah, deja vu all over again. We've seen this so many times. Lightning pushing forward, all cylinders in the octane going. Eclipse doing everything they can to clear the ball away, but they just have a missed touch, not able to clear it away, and Lightning taking advantage. You often see teams who get those opportunities, but they can't take advantage of them. Lightning are scary when they're able to take advantage of those. Great bump there. It's going to leave another bump. This might just turn into something crazy. It almost did. Lightning doing a great job.
You might almost call it cyberbullying. Gimme, not really able to control her own car, but now another pass. Again, British right over to Arrogant. Me pulled out 2 defenders, and that's a freebie.
This is a Rocket League clinic on team play. Not the infield passes that we were seeing in the previous series. This just offensive pressure, which is putting Eclipse in awkward situations, and it's leading to scoring opportunities. So you don't always have to make those, fancy looking passes. You can sometimes just have ultimate offensive pressure to put the other team in a bad spot. What Eclipse need to do is find a way to be a little bit more sound defensively and then turn that into a counterattack opportunity. Once you can get a couple of those, Lightning will have no choice but to ease off on the offense a little bit.
And the Eclipse, desperate for improvement, might have to consider that. With only 2 shots of their own and both belonging to Manatee, things not looking so hot. A great dunk by British towards the target, but Manatee is there to close that gap. Now moving downfield, 50-50, relatively neutral. as Kimmy will pick up. Flicks this one actually up high. Might have a second touch opportunity. It's passed towards center, but Arrogant Meat is the only one to meet it. As will be moved all the way back. All right, okay. I see. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking then.
Great.
What?
I mean, not great in the sense because you're doing a great job. It's just
okay. All right, it's over, lads. Stream's done. ZB has officially kicked me out of the broadcast. Dang.
What am I doing here? Eclipse Kimmy up on the sidewall, dribbling this one forward into her own half. A little bit dangerous, especially since she has no boost. Manatee, another awkward touch, but Kimmy able to get the clear away. British trying to win a 50, and he does. That one goes straight up. Who's going to turn on it? It's Manatee pushing it forward into his own corner, slowing it down. This ball just kind of ping-ponging around a little bit. British puts the ball up. Arrogant Meat is there to clear that one away. Kimmy's in the perfect spot to try to send it towards the Lightning goal, but it was Arrogant Meat who puts it away, and he's dribbling up the sidewall. Kimmy clears it away. Can this be an opportunity for Lightning? No, it might be an opportunity for Eclipse. Squid, how am I doing?
Oh, I was supposed to be judging you. I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the game. I honestly, Eclipse right now, in my honest opinion, you're talking about how they need to be looking for a counterattack. I completely agree. But at the same time, there's only 1 minute remaining now, and right. Counterattacks, you just can't wait for those kinds of opportunities because the Lightning are just boxing them out at this point.
Yeah, Lightning, they kept the offensive pressure early in this game, and they're just playing a really good game here of keeping the ball away from Eclipse, keeping it from them so they can't have a good offensive opportunity. Lightning understand the situation of the game. It's going to be nearly impossible for Eclipse to score this many goals at this point. They tried to, and it backfired on them. Lightning going the other way, but Lightning just playing super smart Rocket League, playing as a team, rotating around, helping each other out, and just keeping that ball away from the Eclipse, taking a 6-1 lead in this one. Like we saw in the first CL series, Aviators actually absolutely dominating. The Lightning are doing the exact same thing so far in this one.
And let's remind ourselves this is game number 3 as well, so this is series point.
Yeah.
And I think all is lost here for the Eclipse. So game over, unfortunately. I mean, unless they can manage to score 5 goals in this time frame, which would be nothing short of literally divine intervention. But I think it's time to look forward on to the next game. There's been some good ideas from the Eclipse. I don't mean to say that they're playing bad, especially in game number 1 and 2. There was by no means a dominating performance for the Lightning. In fact, there were times when I thought the Lightning actually looked weak versus the Eclipse. That is not even close to the case with game number 3.
No, game number 3 was just a totally different story. You'll see that score line. Great lines by both players getting involved on the offensive zone. Eclipse only able to put 4 shots on target, 1 of them into the goal, and that is mostly because of the quick play and the constant pressure from the Lightning. This team is a force to be reckoned with, and as you alluded to, the Lightning have dropped this series, but with 4 wins in their pocket from match 1, they're still in a spot where they're very competitive in this division. Lightning are running away with it early, but there's still those wild cards, obviously. So if Eclipse can find a way to turn this around, change their game plan a little bit, and steal a couple wins, they can find a small victory still in this one.
They definitely can. There's still 2 games to be played, so if they manage to pull those 2, then they'll still be sitting pretty for taking the series loss at the very least.
Yeah.
But again, I'm gonna point out that games 1 and 2, for those of you who weren't actually in attendance at that time, were incredibly close. It was a 4-7 in the first game, with the Lightning running away at the end, and then I believe it was somewhere around a 2 or 3 goal deficit by the end of game number 2 in favor of the Lightning. But either way, the Eclipse still had plenty of possession, and the shot count was actually rather even, which was the important part. And again, I'm going to reiterate that game 3 was nowhere close to that. So now the Eclipse just has to change their game style and try and figure out what allowed them to keep that key possession in game number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Finding a way to maintain possession of the ball and do so effectively. They might just want to throw everything at the goal as they did here. Manatee doing a great job just throwing the body of the car at the ball. Was he wearing that hat earlier?
He was indeed. A stylish looking hat, I have to say. But a great bench from Kimmy as well, keeping Arrogant Meat from being able to clear it away. and providing them with that goal-scoring opportunity. They might have another one. Is Kimmy quick? Not quite quick enough. And he'll be bouncing back the other way towards the Eclipse's defensive half. British. Off the wall, pass up to Arrogant Meat. He makes contact, but it's a little bit wide. British for the follow-up, and oh my goodness, the physical play almost just enough, but not quite. Manatee does get it away, a heroic save to keep the lead.
Yeah, Manatee nearly had to use all the boost in his tank to get to that one. A little misplay there by Kimmy, but that's okay. Manatee will be able to rotate behind it. Eclipse finding themselves with this early lead. They can't let the foot off the gas, though. They have to match the pressure of the Lightning. Manatee, great save there, as I alluded to. Going to have to keep up the pressure to stay competitive in this one.
And so far, in this game 4, they do match shots with the Lightning, but I fear we might see an extensive offense coming up here. With British to take control, pass over to Arrogant Me. Beautiful connection, but could not put that one towards the center. Now Meat in the air. Light touch onto the back wall. Manatee just going to flick it away for Kimmy. But again, stopped out at the midfield line. Something that the Lightning are so prominent is that they're able to just stop the ball at the midfield line no matter what's going on. We've noticed that many, many times so far this series, which has allowed them to stay on the offense consecutively.
Yeah, and something that I want to commend them for. We've talked on this broadcast about teams who sometimes just try to get the ball on target as fast as they can. Something that the Lightning do is they just try to win the next touch. So if they're going up with a 50, they don't necessarily go for the touch that's going to put the ball on target. Kimmy did there, or sorry, it was Kimmy who got the touch to Manatee who did put the ball on. So when you have an open net like Manatee did there, you're going to want to take it. Unfortunate bump there by Lightning on Lightning violence there. As I was saying, Lightning have done a good job this series of getting a touch, not necessarily on target, but around a defender so that their teammate can pick up on that. It looks like Eclipse are starting to take that same philosophy there. Kimmy with a great pass off the backboard to Manatee, and they have found themselves in a 2-goal lead, just what the doctor ordered.
I did also notice the Lightning defense didn't seem to really know what they were going to do. And again, another spot where, I mean, even if you're Arrogant Meat, what kind of plan can you possibly formulate to try and get this one away?
Right, no favorites in the caster booth, but in the chat, I do believe that Kimmy is a fan favorite, and she's doing herself all of the favors for her fans, getting a goal in that one and assisting 2 others. So we didn't know if the Eclipse were going to be able to do it. They are proving that they are certainly capable, turning around games 1, 2, and 3 and having a good game 4 performance in this one.
The Lightning looking to strike back, and Kimmy is able to make this save coming across the goal line, but now British pass over to Arrogant Meat does connect, but not before Manatee arrives at the point of contact. He's been taken out for his troubles. Apparently, Arrogant Meat was not too happy about that blocked pass. Shot on target by Kimmy, blocked away, and now British is going to have to inherit this one by force. Manatee, easy shot on target. That one was just delivered like in a gift box. I mean, that was basically a free.
Right. I see this so often in Rocket League, and I can never explain it. Last week on stream, we had the Spectre, who even they will say got completely dominated games 1, 2, and 3. And I'm talking about like an 8-1 game. And then they turned around and in game 4 had a 10-1 victory. And that's kind of what we're seeing in this one. I don't really know how teams do it, but sometimes they just flip a switch, and the performance you have in the back half of a series is the complete opposite of what you have in the front. And I think that's part of the reason of why we all love esports such as Rocket League so much, is you can see quick turnarounds like that.
The Lightning now, I mean, looking at their end of things, they're about to get defeated for the first time this season. Wow. Another goal sneaks its way through as Manatee drops it in the bottom right-hand side. And again, the Lightning, what in the world happened? This is a complete polar opposite of what we're used to seeing from them.
Yeah, I know I reference this a lot, but we do have a Freaky Friday situation on our hands where the roles of the team have been completely reversed. Lightning, so far in this game, have, dare I say it, looked just incapable, making poor touches, bumping each other, leaving each other vulnerable on the back end. And Eclipse doing very good, rotating quickly, making plays on the back end and converting them into offensive scoring opportunities. Good fake there by Kimmy. A good fake by Manatee. Oh, I thought we had a fake session on our hands that was going to turn into a goal. Unfortunately, it didn't for Lightning, so they still have a chance here. 5 goals is going to be a lot to overcome in just 70 seconds. Great performance by Eclipse in this game.
Yeah, and I mean, you're talking about the Lightning just didn't look like their former selves from what we've seen earlier on in this series, but honestly, I think I might have to credit the Eclipse more personally. Obviously, the Lightning definitely did not look like they're on form, but the Eclipse are the ones that have been making use of the advantages and really adapting to the opposing playstyle, just not being what we're used to thus far. And so in the final minute of gameplay, with this 5-0 lead, they can sit comfortably in their own half and just play defense from here on out. Even if they do concede a couple of goals, it's not going to be the end of the world because they have managed to secure this game handily. And I think they would happily donate a couple of the goals from this game to game number 1 because they'd be able to take the win if that was the case.
Absolutely. And I feel a little bit better. I didn't think I was crazy. Carson in the chat is saying that Manatee did have a car swap after game 3. So that might be part of the secret sauce going for Eclipse here, is that car change. That sometimes can be what it takes.
Maybe just use the different fuel. Maybe load it up with like high octane, something like that. I don't know.
Right.
But, it just needs some time to get warmed up. So the Eclipse,
yeah,
with, I guess somehow turn this in. What, seriously? 6-1 last game. Lightning. 6-0 this game. Eclipse. What? How am I supposed to analyze this? This is on another level. What's going on here?
Yeah.
What happened? They just woke up.
Yeah, like I said last week, we saw the exact same thing, and we were as dumbfounded as you are in this very moment. Actually, I misremember. It was Spectre who were able to turn it around after game 2 and did get the reverse sweep. So Eclipse, unfortunately, waited too long to have this dominating performance. They won't be able to get the reverse sweep, but incredible performance to steal that game. They have all the momentum in that favor, and now they're looking to pop off again in game 5. Look at those score lines for both players on Eclipse. Wow.
Manatee with 5 goals and 3 saves, almost breaking 1,000 points. But I think the one thing that I want to look at here is the shot count, because you'll notice that the Eclipse, I think for the first time in the series, actually outshot the Lightning, which I did note earlier on in the series after game number 2, I believe it was, that I want to see, or sorry, after game number 1, I wanted to see more of the Eclipse on offense.
Yeah.
Well, we finally got that, and oh boy, did that pay dividends. That clearly is the strat.
Yeah, absolutely. By no means am I a Rocket League expert. If you've seen me play, you know that. But I wanted to see more aggression from the Eclipse, and they had it in that game. It felt like the Lightning were constantly on their heels, not able to play their own games. Eclipse were in complete control, and I know the fans in the chat are going to want to be seeing that again from the Eclipse.
English is in very incredible. Anyways. Yeah. We got lads in the chat. Z, how it be? How it be, Z?
Hey, it'd be great. Anytime I'm in the caster booth, my first time casting with Squid, and I will say, has been a great experience, and especially since there's been great competitive Rocket League on my screen.
I'm gonna add that to my Steam profile. Was a great experience. ZB 2019. There you go.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's good to hear. But I think the Eclipse fans looking for another dominating victory here as we move into game number 5 of this series of 5. And I hope there are no Eclipse fans joining late because you will be disappointed to hear that they've already lost the series. But either way, they can still pull this to a 3-2, and they're starting things right out on the offense. They've already got a shot on the board in Kimmy, trying to continue things with that touch off the side wall. A little bit of a pass back here to Manatee. Will get it over top of one defender, looking to get the bump on British as well. He's not going for the extra shot. He wants the physical play. He wants them to know that they are in total control of this game. Was not able to get it, but I love the aggression. Nice save there. We'll touch it to the corner.
Yeah, good saves on both play. British, the one where he's driving on the sidewall and drives across the face of the goal to make the save, as you alluded to. Manatee not going for the extra touch, but going for the touch on the player, which I love to see the physical play. And then the good save by Manatee back on the Eclipse zone. So both teams going for this victory. Both teams at the top of the table in their division. So they are looking to steal any game they can. Arrogant Meat pushing it back pass to British. A little risky play there, but they're confident in their abilities, as we saw in games 1 through 3. No scoring action in this one, but definitely high-speed play from both teams.
No scoring action yet, and here might be the opening opportunity. Manatee off the back wall at Kimmy. That one's just off the post. Had to pick that one spot, try and get it away from the defenders. Trying to inherit now at the midfield. Manti very quick on that ball, getting it away from British, and now we'll have an opportunity down the other way. Trying to get in towards center, pop up high, but Meat is there. And they'll try to pick it up here.
Play there. He thought the defender must have thought he was going to play it on the first touch. He waited for the ball to travel a little bit and then popped it over the defender. Luckily, his teammate on the defensive side read it the whole way, but I was really impressed by the creativity of Manatee there. Kimmy trying to dribble it on her head. Arrogant Meat getting the touch away. Almost to halftime, yet to see a goal. Kind of an interesting style of play we have here so far.
Yes, out of a series that has had a historically incredibly high goal count, we have yet to put a single one on the board. So, question remains, who is going to be the first one to do so? The Eclipse currently out shooting by 3 shots, comparing to Lightning's 1 thus far. Trying to look for a couple of more. Manatee keeping this one in the corner. Kimmy waiting safely behind that 50-50, a little bit out of the Eclipse favor. Arrogant Meat does grab the boost pickup and will bump Kimmy a little bit out of the play. An easy save for British as it will be moved downfield. Demos Kimmy as well, and the Lightning are on the attack. Well, the Blitzkrieg will quickly come to a halt as Arrogant Meat loses control. Good
touch away there by Arrogant Meat. As I said earlier, I think it was in Game 4 I may have mentioned, Lightning are comfortable not always pushing straight towards goal, but getting the touch just away from the Eclipse so that their teammate can pick it up and start the offensive attack in a better position. So I like seeing that there. British not exactly winning that 50, but not losing it either. So it puts Arrogant Meat in a good position to push that one forward. Nearly 3.5 minutes gone. I am literally on the edge of my seat.
Well, here's British double tap, and it's in! He'll open up the scoring for this game with 1:30 to go, and the Lightning are the ones who lead.
I've been waiting for the moment to pop open my balls Guarana for a Play of the Week nominee, to wait 3.5 minutes for a goal and for it to be of that caliber. Someone in the chat clipped that. British, great play to give his team the lead.
Well, I don't have a balls, but I do have some chips. Is that good enough? I don't think so. All right, I'll just leave my chips sealed for now. But here we go. It's up to the Eclipse now to match that one goal, and the Manatee is the one leading the way. Full boosting an opportunity past 1, but Arrogant Meat with a long bomb downfield. As Kimmy will have to pick up from her own end. And for the follow-up touch now, plenty of boost available. British for the challenge will win it out just barely, and Manatee's going to lose out on that one. With a minute remaining, the Lightning just trying to box out their opponents, maybe looking for an extra one, but to no avail. Kimmy will take it away and loses possession. Oh no, oh my goodness, no! That is basically anti-play of the week right there. I'm sorry, Arrogant Beat, but you just made a huge error.
Yeah, you see that sometimes, even in the Champion League. I say all the time, if you can just put the defense in an awkward spot, it will sometimes pay off. That wasn't the most awkward of awkward positions to be in, but even if it doesn't happen, if it does happen 99% of the time, there's that 1% chance that it can go your way, and it did. And in the most opportune time for the Eclipse, are they going to turn it into 2? Nearly great clear there. So Kimmy's going to have a touch. Does kind of get a 40-60 maybe there. Manatee's going to try to push it forward. Dangerous for the Eclipse as Arrogant Meat almost put that one on. Double commit. There's no one in goal. He can't put it home. Arrogant Meat with the follow-up and in. Finally, the Eclipse pay for that double commit. Took a minute, but Arrogant Meat finally got it home.
Yeah, and that double commit is really the story of the whole play. Kimmy and Manatee both going up for that one. You gotta be communicating there. Bit of a heartbreaker here. There's 15 seconds left, and, well, miracles happen. We might see it. Manatee wins the face-off, but he does also get the boost as well. Now Kimmy pushing upfield, takes down 1. Arrogant Meat's the only one left to toss it back to British. This might be an opportunity. Kimmy turns on this one, keeps it low though, and it was a good idea, but not for a 0-second situation. The Lightning take 4 out of 5 here at the end of the series.
Yeah, Lightning coming into this series 5-0, taking the sweep last week and having another great performance. So now they have a record of 9-1. Express were the other team in Champ League who went 5-0, and unfortunately they got swept this week. So Lightning will be at the top of the table in the Champ League 2 weeks into the season. I know that their team and their fans love to see this result.
Yeah, and the Eclipse, a great effort, especially in the last 2 games. Very close call. I would have liked to see them really start to play as more aggressive style earlier on in the series. So Unfortunate that they couldn't really pick up until game number 4, but still a good effort matching the result that we actually had last time around between the Aviators and the Hawks. But overall, Lightning definitely looked like a solid team. I mean, again, I'm going to say it was the same with the Aviators, and I'm going to tell you, in the case of the Lightning, they were very good at playing around and with each other for most of the games in this series. Overall, just a very solid game for the Lightning.
Yeah, had great pressure on offense, had sound rotations on defense, and as you know, that is a great combination for success. So Lightning take this one in dominating fashion. They will have a few days here to celebrate, but they have a week match coming up, week 3, and of course the rest of the season still to go. So they put themselves in a good position, but still a long way to go this season.
So jubilations for the Lightning as we close out that series of 5, but that's not the end of the action tonight. The MLE will be back after a short break. We're seeing the Wizards versus the Demolition Knicks for our final match of Champ League gameplay for the night. You won't want to miss it.
See you soon.